Good morning. It's August 25th, Monday. This is Larry. About 4:30 in the morning. I'm just passing Marchfield over here, heading to on the 215, heading to the San Gabriel River, East Fork. Got my Bazooka Prospector Sluice with me today. Haven't had it out for a while, so give it a shot. I've got a hole I was working on a couple months ago. Now, it could have been cleaned out by everybody else by now, but maybe the rain caused the water to flow a little better to drop some gold in the hole. So we'll check it out. Get back to you once I get there and get set up, I guess. I made it up here. It's still kind of early. Sun's not quite up yet. It's about 10 to 6. And so I'm going to have a little breakfast. Get ready to start sluicing. So it's about 6:45, Monday, August 25th. Just got my bazooka set up. Gonna start doing some digging and see if we can come up with anything. They had a lot of rains here just recently, so there's probably a little bit of flood gold, probably some fine stuff. Maybe we'll find some bigger. Since I haven't used a bazooka for a while, maybe some of you don't know how the thing works. So basically, there's spray tubes inside of it that collect water from the water scoop, and they force it into a trap to create like a fluidized bed of heavy materials, and they call that fluidization. The pay dirt loaded onto the upper deck passes through the grizzly wires and into the fluidized trap. As the materials become suspended, the gold settles, naturally to the bottom of the trap where it remains until you clean it out. So, and you set it up so it's on a slight angle, about 5 inches, of the water level. And, you need to have a good flow on the upper deck, and then you'll have good flow on the lower deck. The water scoop, they call it. That's basically how it works. So unless you happen to, I have put matting on there, and the only thing is, I forgot I did that some time back, and a little bit of it popped up, so that might throw it off just a little bit. It's not stuck down perfectly, but that'll give me an indication if I'm getting any gold, because when it goes into the trap, you can't see it till you clean it out. Once in a while you can see a little piece rolling into the trap, but normally you just have to wait. So this will show me if I'm on the gold. So here's where I'm digging. There's a big boulder right here, and I'm digging kind of around it, behind it, and there's another boulder right up above it, and a lot of them there under the overburden. So should be some gold in there. Let's find out. I had another spot that I liked, but after the rains I didn't realize they were going to be this destructive. It actually changed around so much I can't even find the spot. I probably could if I wanted to waste the time, but I'll just dig here for now. Maybe this will be even better. Give you a little update since I've been running some dirt for a while here. I see at least, look at this, one piece of, looks like a nice piece of gold in there. There's at least one piece, might be more. See this, but on this piece of quartz, there's a little crack towards the right, and there's a piece of gold stuck in there. Okay, so far it seems to be working pretty good. Here's the matting I put on right in the corner here. It's just coming up just a tad, but it doesn't seem to be bothering anything. I'm still getting the V pattern I want. And this is the grizzly over here, and the trap is down below the grizzly. So the gold should be trapped down there. And of course you're going to get some on the mat too, which I think I see a couple pieces there. Offhand, maybe some smaller ones too. I was going to explain, probably everybody knows this, but in case there's somebody new watching this, when you get a big boulder like this and the water was flowing this way, normally what the gold has a tendency to do, it slows down, it actually works its way around. Sometimes it'll be stuck on the side, but it normally ends up right here in front if there's an area for it to drop down into. You know, because the water's really slowed down there. The boulder's stopping the water from circulating fast here, so it'll drop. And sometimes it'll actually, depending on how deep the water is, it might flow over the boulder and drop down there. But so you say, well, why am I digging behind it? Well, sometimes, you know, there's usually gold behind there too. Not always, but I have a whole series of boulders that culminate in this coming through here. So I'm trying to dig back in as far as I can before the whole thing topples. And because all that would have stopped it too before it reached here. Might have almost been like a little waterfall drop possibly. So we'll see if the theory is correct. But yeah, eventually I will dig around the sides and in front of this, unless somebody else beats me to it. But that's the deal. I am finding some gold. I don't know how much yet. I'm not expecting a gigantic amount. I think most of it's probably going to be pretty fine. But that's okay, it all adds up. What else is important? Normally, you're not going to find much in this light colored sandy soil. They call it blonde, the blondes, you know, it's light colored. You want to get down to where it's darker. Now this is partly darker because it's a little damp, but it is darker material I'm in down here. So normally it's a little more clay-like, and you know, the gold will settle where the heavies are and the heavier material. So you know, there may be, sometimes there is some on top just because the water just flooded through here and left some real fine stuff. So you know, it's good always to check all the way down, just take little samples, but normally you're going to find it way down here under these big boulders where it would have got stuck. Cleanup of the sluice is really simple. You just stick it in a 5-gallon bucket, filled up about 3/4 way with water, and you know, you got the trap in down in there, and you just plunge it up and down a few times. And of course I have the matting on here, so I have to splash a little water in there just to clean that off, but that's it. That cleans the whole thing up. You can see the tubes in there. So here's one load of concentrates. See, quite a bit fit into that trap. So you don't have to be cleaning the thing out every couple buckets. You can go on and on and on, you know, so before having to mess with it. So far I've been finding gold in every pan. It's been real fine, but like I say, every pan there has been some, so happy about that. Yeah, I'll show you what I got after going through way more dirt than I usually do. I don't even know how many buckets I went through, but anyway, maybe it was worth it. See, I got a lot of real fine stuff. Let's see. Couple little bigger pieces, but most of it is small. And anyway, when I get home and get it in a bottle, I'll be able to tell better how much is actually in there. There's some down there. Well, there's quite a bit. I mean, but it was a lot of dirt, believe me. A lot of dirt. Long day. Well, it ended up being a beautiful day here. Actually, nobody ever came around right where I was, so that gives me a chance that they may not know there's gold where I'm digging, and I can come back another time and find some more. But you never know on that deal. So many people come up here. Probably my next little adventure is going to be up at the Cajon Pass area. Any of you watching any of Jaime Ortega's videos? We both go to a place in common, a secret location. I don't dig in his hole, but I dig by his hole. And if you saw some of his pictures on, I think he had it on the East Fork Prospectors. He had a few pictures of his cleanup the other day. It's doing pretty good. The problem with the area is, of course, it's hot right now as far as digging, and it's like concrete. I mean, you have to use a pick, and he takes his dry washer up there and ends up breaking it all down enough to get it into the dry washer. What I've been doing up to this point, I just bring a whole bunch of buckets home, like 12, 13 buckets, and then I go ahead and soak them. That's what Jack Hamilton said you should do with stuff in that area. Soak it, let it break down completely, and then process it. Then I was running it through my high banker, but the stuff is so organically dirty, it just dirties it up so quickly. It's hard to run it through that. So what I'll do, I'll go ahead and soak it, let it break all down, then completely dry it out, then run it through my dry washer. Probably run it through my electric dry washer. So that's the next adventure. The one I'm really looking forward to, but it's not going to be till next June is the earliest I'll be able to go, is this guy that had an article in the mining journal up in Oregon. He's going to let my brothers and myself go on his claim. And he finds a lot of nice chunky gold up there. It's way up in Oregon. So he said usually the snow's melted by about the middle of June, so that's when we'll head up there if all goes well. So that's in the distant future, but that should be the highlight of my year. All right, heading home. Enjoy your life today. As you can see, I thought I'd take a little view of the parking lot before I left. It's pretty dead up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 car. Well, one over there, 6. One parked way down there, 7. So it's a nice quiet Monday. Somebody even has their tent over here. But as you can see, a beautiful day. Didn't get too hot. Probably the low 80s, I guess. American Prospector's store, Jim from there, or one of his helpers, brings a lot of people right here where the bridge is. I think they're coming this Wednesday, as a matter of fact. So they shows people how to, you know, teaches them how to pan and sluice and so forth. They usually find some here, so hopefully they'll have a good time. He's a real nice guy. He'll help you out. Or he has a buddy that'll show you the ropes if he's not there. He usually makes it on a Wednesday because that's when he closes his store, because he wants to go too. So here's what I ended up with today from the East Fork. It's all just about 99% of it's real fine stuff. But you know, there's a couple bigger flakes in there. You can see it. Took me forever to get it out of the black sand because I didn't want to wait till it dried, and I want to get it over with. When it's wet, it takes a while, even with a magnet.